Yeah, these are a bit of a different style of hives to what you normally see commercially. What a beehive would have looked like probably 100, 200 years ago. It's a design from a Frenchman called Emile Warre, and he trialled lots of different hives and found this particular hive to be a very bee-friendly hive and very easy to manage. So great for someone who wants to just have a few hives or even just one in their backyard.
How do you make a hive that's bee-friendly?
I suppose it's creating the right environment that the bees want, like the right size, the right volume, I suppose, of space. They don't like a big area where it's a lot of work to control the temperature, and obviously they need it big enough so they can store enough honey to get them through the following winter. So we're not opening them up every week or anything like that. We really only need to open them up at the end of the season. And then if there's a surplus of honey there, we take a box or two of honey off the top then for honey use. So
where do you get your bees from?
All over the place, really. We generally put out an ad in the papers at this time of year, late September and October, when the bees are swarming, and we get all sorts of calls from people who've got swarms that have landed in their backyards or here, there and everywhere, and we get the call and we head out and we collect them that way when they've clustered. They're usually clustered on a branch or on a post or something like that, and that's sort of after they've come out of the hive and they've landed there and they're in that intermission where they're looking for a new hive. While the scouts are out looking, they're sitting there on that branch, and we come out within that 1 to 3 days that they're there, and we take those bees away and put them in our own hives, and away they go from there.
How do you collect a swarm without endangering your own life?
Well, contrary to popular belief, the swarms are very docile. The bees are actually homeless at that point, so they're not defending a home. So they're not aggressive in that way that we typically think they are. Obviously, if they are in a home and they've got a hive they want to protect, we all know what they'll do then. But at this stage, when they've left the hive, they're chock full of honey. They've filled themselves up because they're on a bit of a trek for a few days. They've landed on the branch there, and whilst the scouts are out looking for a new home, they're there happily sitting around doing their thing, and we just sort of quietly approach them and tell them what we're doing, and
you're coming with me.
Yeah, you're coming with me. It's all good. I'm going to take you to a nice new home, and it's all decked out, 3 stories, the whole kit and caboodle, and we generally just sort of either clip the branch or shake the post or whatever it is we need to do, and they just drop off into the box, and we tape the box up and bring it back. We'll tip the bees into our hive, and they're very happy to have a home, and they get busy getting their stores up for the winter.
What are they typically feeding on in this area?
There's canola crops around in August. We've got the oranges, the orange blossom going. There's quite a few citrus orchards around the area, and the oranges and grapefruit are flowering at the moment, which is a great honey. And then after that, we've got the red gums coming into flower in December, and then the black box in January. So there's quite a bit of forage up around the Murray for them.
Is there a market for this sort of thing, for people to have backyard bees?
Yeah, I think there seems to be quite a bit of interest. People are concerned about the environment and bee populations and everything like that, and this is a great way to help the bees. Really, you can have your own beehive in your own backyard, and you pop them down the back corner. You wouldn't even know they're there. Like, they just go about their business, and it's a great way of being involved in the industry, collect swarms and do all the fun stuff and build the hives too, obviously. But the pressure's not there, I suppose, to produce heaps and heaps of honey, and we'll leave that to the guys that are good at that anyway.